Welcome to another episode of the Couch Coaches. And today is the premier game of the tournament. My name is Rama Ramni. I live in the US. And இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பார்க்க போற game. Several masters are coming back. So Vati coming.
Hi, I am Prayesh. Today we are looking at the first game of India in the World Cup. It's a preview of India versus Australia. I think, as Rama said it, technically, as a cricket enthusiast, I think it is the premier game of the tournament. Emotionally, but it is India Pakistan, but technically this is the game of the tournament. And then I'm going to put my foot in the mouth and say other semis or finals we will meet again. But we have structured this preview or the previews of all the games as we will decide our 11 for each team, and we will pick two players from each team who are going to make the difference, and or three players, one batsman, one bowler, and one game changer. And lastly, coach's corner, where we will get to the strategy if we are in other team, what they have to do. So to begin with, they are playing the match in the Lions Den in Chepauk.
இது காலா கில்லா என்னுடைய கோட்டை.
Okay.
Number backyard.
Yeah. So I think we know the pitch, we know the ground, we know the conditions. So to begin with, we will start with the Australian team first. Who are your openers, Rama?
So for me, it's going to be Warner, Marsh.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Smith. And you wanted the opener. So it's Warner and Marsh.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
surprises there for me. So
Yeah. So then Smith and Marnus. I think that top four is solid, and Smith being a legend, not Saravana Stores, but a legend of cricket. He will, and it will be his last World Cup. So I think he will want to make a mark like many other players in different teams. And I think five, maybe it is Cam Green or Stoinis, or both will play.
I think it might be Maxwell from the order.
Okay. Then six other of this. Seven, Carey.
Correct. 7 is Carey.
Then they will pick the three first supporters, Ezerwool, Stark, and Cummins, because he is the
captain,
and Zampa as the lone spinner. So maybe it's a toss up between Cam Green and Stoinis. We will see. I think for the opener, maybe they will pay Stoinis, then Cam
opener
Green.
You feel?
No, in the opener, I mean in the their opener of the World Cup. So opening match of the World Cup. That's
right.
I mean.
Yeah. So I think Cam Green will be picked over Stoinis, and so I think we are more or less on the same page regarding the 11. And so it is going to be, I think it's a very formidable team, no doubt. I think with an off spinner in Maxwell and a leggy in Zampa and the Chepauk pitch taking spin, they do have like a good set of spinners, even though I don't like Maxwell as much. But it is.
As I said,
இவன்லாம் போய் ஸ்பின் போடுறானே அப்படின்றது
பொறாம லைட்டா.
Yeah. very well set up team. Okay.
Yeah.
And if it's a World Cup, the Australians go bigger.
Yeah.
Like Hulk is there in
Yeah.
Stanners,
Yeah.
and Mitchell Stark. I was going through some article. Last two World Cups, he's been the top wicket taker in the tournament itself. Okay, and I'm sure it is his last World Cup also. So many lasts for Australia. So then we go on to India.
Yeah, so if India, we know we don't have any surprises over there for the openers. We'll start with Rohit and Gill, and that is pretty straightforward. I'm sure you're probably thinking about the same thing. Then one drop, we have the first master, Vati, coming. Right, Virat Kohli, and he's always played awesome against Australia. At 4, we have Rahul. At 5, for me, it's Ishan Kishan.
Yeah.
6, it is Hardik Pandya. 7, it's Jadeja. 8, it's Ashwin. 9, 10, 11 are the 3 pace bowlers. I have Siraj, Shami, and Bumrah.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on the spot for tomorrow. I mean, for the game on Sunday. Maybe it will be Gill's World Cup. Like Sachin hand over the baton to Virat. Maybe this World Cup, Virat will hand over the baton to the new face of Indian cricket, or the new mega star of Indian.
Yeah, but don't say of Virat that easily. He probably has 4 or 5 more years with his fitness. I think he'll make it.
Yeah, but you have to hand over the baton at some stage. I think this World Cup is the stage that Gill, will become the next mega
rising star.
Yeah.
See, but I think Rohit Sharma has to just impose, right? நம்ம இந்த படத்துல மார்க் ஆண்டனி படத்துல சொல்ற மாதிரி மன்னிக்க நான் என்ன மார்க்காடா ஆண்டனிடான்னு சொல்ற மாதிரி
மன்னிக்க நான் என்ன மார்க்காடா ஆண்டனிடா.
He just has to just put the typical aggressive mode that he has been, and I think the lineup gives him the flexibility to be in that mode, right? I think we have enough batters if he starts imposing, but the initial 3-4 overs just to get a read on Stark is what I worry. Because the in-swinging Yorker that Stark can bowl for both him as well as for Virat will be crucial. But that will be a good start they do. Yeah, I do agree at some stage, Virat, we have to groom the next set of people. And we have the talent, right? And it's time for Gill to sort of take it to the next level. He's been doing that well for the last 2-3 years. A lot of hundreds. I think the number of hundreds in the first sets of innings, right? I think he's ahead of both Virat and Sachin.
So that's my take on Gill, but Virat is Virat. He's the king. Okay, everybody is going to be seeing him and praying that he scores maybe 400 or 500 in the tournament. So that's my take on the squad. Next, we will select 2 players in both the sides or 3 players, in both the sides, 1 batsman, 1 bowler and 1 game changer. So what is your pick for Australia?
I think from the Australian side, the batsman for me, it's going to be Smith. The bowler, it's going to be Maxwell. And the game changer for me, it's going to be Stark.
Okay. For me, I think the batsman in current form is, for me, Mitchell Marsh. Bowler is Stark. And the game changer, I think, will be Warner. Up the order. Even in the warm game, he was so determined, and I saw a glimpse of the old Warner back who didn't
Mhm.
struggle, putting bat on ball and was free, very free.
Free flowing.
So yeah, in the mind. So I
அதே
think he
பூஞ்சி
will.
நதி மாதிரி he was flowing.
ஆமா. So I think he's my game changer. So for India, batsman Gill, I will go for Gill.
Mhm.
Bowler, I will go in this match for Ashwin.
Mhm.
And the game changer, I think it will be Siraj.
Yeah, I think for me, the batsman is going to be Kohli.
Mhm.
I think against Australia, I can never remove Kohli from the mix. Bowler, I agree with you. It's going to be Ashwin. And the game changer for me is Ishan Kishan.
Okay.
Mm.
Please do comment on what do you think about our choices and what are your choices below the video. And we will keep engaging with the comments as we do. Now, the coach corner, the strategy of what we have to do if we are both sides managers or captains. So I will hand it over to the coach on the other side.
Yeah, so I think we'll start with the obvious. It's going to be the toss. இது எவனை கேட்டாலும் சொல்ல தான் போறான். இதுக்கு ரொம்பலாம் யோசிக்க தேவையில்ல. I think we know about Chepak, right? Once you win the toss, you want to bat and then you want to put a decent target.
Yeah.
Or 250.
No. I think 280, 300 is minimum. Seeing both the sides either batting order.
Yeah, but I still feel it's Chepak, right? I think if you get even anyway, I think 260, 270 plus would be a pretty decent target. Even if you notice, right? I think we just saw the game against New Zealand and England, and you are right that once you don't put a formidable total, the team can chase it down with good batting. But given it's Chepak and given with spin, because on either side you have Jadeja and Ashwin.
And bigger ground than Wankhede or Bangalore. It's a decent size ground. So 270, 280 maybe is par, as you say.
Yeah. And then the other thing I would say for India, Dravid think tank is be aggressive. சும்மா உட்காந்து எவ்வளோ நாள் தான் இந்த மாதிரி சாதாவா just doing the typical thing you got to shake it up once in a while. You have the talent pool to do it. So அப்பப்போ தேவைன்னா suddenly to surprise the entire masses, you can bring Ishan. Ishan even one drop. Suppose India starts off on a really good note without losing wickets. Then you're willing to play the joker role for Ishan Kishan, right? He can go one drop or he can do big aggressive. And in bowling, I would say that do something very different and bring Ashwin early on, right? Because it's his home ground, he knows it. They got left-handers, so if you can just bring in that off spinner against Warner, given that you also called that Warner could be a game changer, you want to get him off early, right? And Ashwin has had success against Steve Smith and Marnus, right? So you want to make sure that you take them out early, and that's my overall strategy around toss, what they should do with Ishan Kishan and with Ashwin.
For me, win the toss, bat first, as he said, because it has been very hot for October in Chennai. And the last 2 or 3 days it's cooling down, so there might be a chance for dew to come. So you have to put that extra 20 or 30 runs batting first. So
and Chennai la konjam cool aanale ellarum monkey cap போட ஆரம்பிச்சிடுவாங்க.
ஆமா
அசிங்கப்படுத்துற இன்சல்ட் பண்ற.
ஆமா. So that's my guess. Also they have to be aggressive. No Sada Josa, but keep biryani or whatever. So go aggressive, go full throttle and play it as your life depends on it.
And I think கைதி படத்துல அப்படியே பிரியாணியை எடுத்து கொட்டுறான்ல அதே மாதிரி அடிக்கடா.
So that is for me, for India also. If I'm Australia, same thing. Win the toss, bat first, and put mega runs on the board, because I think they will be short by few overs for a spinner. Okay, so if I'm Australia, if I put 290 to 310, then I have that cushion of play bowling Stoinis and Maxwell for 15 or 16 overs, and then the other 4 can then compensate or bowl their full quota. But if I'm batting first and I score only 250 or 260, I think India will walk in the park unless Michelle Stark magic comes back. Okay. But what will I do if I have to bat second? Then, as you said, for Ishan, maybe Stoinis would be, if he's picked, I will push him up the order at number 3. That's the only strategy I will do. But all of them have played in Chennai. Okay.
So a lot of IPL experience for most of these boys.
What are your strategy if your Pat comments?
I think from a comment standpoint, I would say something similar, right? To be aggressive, they need to think about who they can do up the order. For me, it's Cam Green, right? And Cam Green coming even one drop might be interesting. And then he's like the Ishan.
He played for Mumbai.
Correct. And I've seen him score like blaze through. And the other thing is to be same way, just like we want Ashwin early, I would bring Zampa early. Because Zampa against Rohit and even spin with the ball leaving the right-hander, and even with Gill leaving the right-hander, would be an interesting match to watch. And the other thing I would do is I would bowl Stark a little longer, right? I would bowl him for 4 or even maybe 5 initial overs. Because if you can bog down the Indian openers, I think it's the tendency, right? They are not able, they will not hold up, they will come aggressive. Right? That's just the nature of Rohit, and they give them best chance of getting a wicket. So I think that's what I would think Cummins should do.
Okay, good. It will be a fascinating game. India's first game of the World Cup, and all you guys cheer India also. Don't forget, this is a channel where we analyze cricket, but our heart is with the Indian team. Okay, so
finally, outcome. Who are you predicting?
Final outcome, and we will give a percentage on what we think, and you can comment and say whether we are right or what. I think if India bats first, 70-30, they have the chance to win. If they bowl first, then it is maybe 55-45 chance to win.
Ore number.
So
my number is 58% in favor of India. Doesn't matter.
Average 70 to 50.
India is winning and 58%. That's my prediction. What is your number?
62-38.
62 India.
Obviously.
Good.
Darwa Sona, no Darwa Sona Mari. That's a wrap for this episode. Next episode, we will catch you on the other side with the preview of the next game. and post-match analysis of this game. And please like, subscribe, and please share the video. Bye.
Bye.